How ya doing? How you doing? How you doing? We still in from Tierra today. She cracks me up. She cracks me up. I think I got mad with her one time, but I couldn't stay mad with her. I don't know why. She just got that, Uh, she just cracks you out. You okay? And her delivery and everything. She makes me laugh anyway. So I decided to come in today, you know, and try and make you laugh. I'm not gonna make you laugh like Tierra, that's for sure. Right? But she has some beautiful numbers to line up and everything. You know, hitting the 108K right now with what she has spoke and the time and the timing, the timing and everything. It's all lined up. I was like, wow, spot on. You know, and went through a few people, listened to a few people today. Especially, I have to get back on the astrological charts and everything because they're ringing more true and true. But it's actually something that's really written inside of us, and so it's not even like a reflective on that. It's really uh, getting to know thyself. You know what I'm saying? In all aspects, like I was saying with I think yesterday or the day before with Cancer being south node of Capricorn, and even as looking at that, it's the cartoon version of John Lennon, and he has the devil. He's hugging the devil. He says, I forget the actual song and everything for right now. For some reason, the actual song is. It'll come back to me. But yeah, at the end, oh yeah, what if there was no heaven? Something like that. It started off like that and everything. What if there was no hell? And the cartoon was dealing with war, and it'll come back to me. But you guys, I know you guys know what I'm talking about. And so the reason why I was bringing that up anyway is because he's like Capricorn. And what he's doing, he's hugging the devil, at the end and everything, And yeah, I can't remember what it was. It's bugging me. So he's hugging the devil at the end. And what that is basically, that's the south node, and each of us have it. That's all of ourselves. We all have the devil, and that's really a past tense thing of something to mature, or you might have signed your contract to stay in that whole flame on phoenix type of energy for your entirety on this in this section of entirety in this section of time and everything, right now, for the evolving on a bigger picture of those who are going to evolve. And then who knows, next time it'll flip or something like that, or you'll be, as they said, I Ching or Bruce Lee, as he said, everything's like a theater or like a play and so forth. And they use it in two different ways there. Actually, that whole section of enthusiasm was actually to go ahead and contemplate these great sacrifices, though. These sacrifices and everything that, what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? But there's a dualistic in there that gives you all Wahrheit, or truth to not the dark side, but the not the yin side, but the yang side. And so to see it is just like reading inside the scriptures. Everything is dualistically there too. If you go to Bhagavad Gita, everything is dualistically there too. You go to Jainism. Every single book, every book, it's all dualistic, like, and it's up to us to go ahead and find out what listen to what our contract was or is, that we go ahead and do what we got to do. All right. So in that process, for me, there was this one time, with the Capricorn, I had a lot of run-ins with fucking Capricorns. I kid you not. But what's her name? Alicia. Alicia's a Capricorn on my ex-wife's side, and she's in the Reiki and the tarot. The very first time and the last time I met her, I want to spend $110 on her. I thought she would go ahead and give us a discount, but no, she ain't family, whatever, ain't giving no motherfucking discount. And plus, she probably got the money back from her auntie, but she did not. She charged the shit out my ass, And so it's yeah, I was kind of perturbed on it, with the reading, even though she did the Reiki and everything too. You know what I'm saying? Some things I understand we're struggling, but they weren't struggling. They just got back. They go to Costa Rica. She go to Costa Rica and do the ayahuasca. They go to fucking Jamaica every motherfucking year together and still don't know the motherfucking language. Got to go down there to get root work and voodoo work, and didn't learn none of that shit themselves. Because they, for the most part, with the wife, with the ex-wifey, my friend, a lot of them are pretty plump. I'm not gonna lie to you. So that's something they do with their dollars and cents. But what I was looking at is the Capricorn, and then I have the cousin Ruben. I hadn't seen him since I was 8 years old, and we started talking on WhatsApp, and I was sharing with him some different insights, and he would vanish after a while and everything. So pretty much behind the scenes, they had already taken my little page that I had started up. I think I started out with like 6, maybe 10 videos before I went to the beach. Just showing people, how I did it. So they grabbed that from the back door, shut that one down. And I didn't know, because I had to go ahead and get back into work, and I was, doing all this stuff here that, going on to other phases. And what ends up happening is I go ahead and spell his name out, and fucking with the what do you call it? The periodic table. Rubanium is also inside of there, you know what I'm saying? And I started, so once I did that, then he really went woof, woof, he vacated a little bit. And then I went and told him that his mama, mama ain't no fucking good. Mama's a motherfucking devil for real. Okay? And I was like saying, why don't you leave your mom and everything, and my mama needs me. My sister needs me and everything. And his son, he didn't have no relationship with his son, so whatever the fuck, hell, that's crazy as fuck to me. I would have left every fucking body to go with my son or my daughter. I don't give a fuck, because my mother is really the earth that we come from. My father is really that of the or even the father is the earth, and the mother is the heavens. However you do it, we in respect for where this soul is from, not the conduits in which came from the ground himself and everything. Don't get me wrong, we respect that too, but even above the higher, like I said, the greater keys of Solomon, and that is the soul. Okay, that's the soul on the outside, right? That's the black sun, really, we're talking about right there. Okay, and the Om is all of the Om is our different meditations, and everybody got different ones with all of the freaking religious things and all that type of shit. So that everybody got their own Om or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then On, the priest of On, is back down here to Egypt. But Egypt again is not fucking over there. I mean, not over here. That's in Cali. This is Kemet. Over there, that's fucking Egypt. But anyway, so between him, so he's a Capricorn, and he shared the same birthday as Jasmine Severed, which cousin. She actually changed her name from fucking Evelyn White to fucking Mickey. When she came out here to California, Mickey Mouse, she wanted to be a motherfucking Mickey Mouse. Because we know what Disneyland fucking do. Anyway, and then she ended up marrying Bob Severed. He's from fucking Washington, D.C. Washington State. And motorcycle, had a motorcycle, Caucasian, he was cool. But when I saw him again right now, they share the same birthday as 1/11 on January. Then my cousin Chuck, who's a minister with the church, and I had put on here also that it was very fucking fucked up that on Christmas Day they crashed the church. Somebody crashed the church on Christmas motherfucking Eve, so they wanted to collect some money to fix the fucking shit. I could not fucking believe that shit. I could not fucking believe it. And I felt, because I wanted to talk to them when I went back there to actually visit, to do the wake for me and my mom, right? And I wanted to talk to him on different planes, but everybody was just either playing a motherfucking game, and he eluded every conversation because he's a minister. So I wanted to talk to him on that level and shit. Brought my Bible out a couple of times to fucking, just point out some shit or ask him what he think about whatever, And the motherfucker skirted. And then when I talked to Annie, she said that Chuck was down here looking at some house and everything, because his other job is real estate. So it's only obvious what the fuck they doing with the money, It's 501(c) with the motherfucking church, and then you got real estate. Come on. So those are my dealings so far with the, and we're gonna get this part one right here. We'll go to part two a little bit later and everything. But we're just talking about January, Capricorn. Oh no, we got a minute. Yeah. January, Capricorn, and which is like the devil. But again, it, with the smarts, because like I said, I totally believe April should be the fucking devil. All right. Matter of fact, it has April Fools, huh? You see what I'm saying? Because the Aries that I done fucking ran into also has been kind of motherfucking wee. I'm talking about wee. That's Nisha and Damien. On them, Damien's on the cusp right there. So and they the two most evil motherfuckers that was in the whole damn family. Even when me and my mom, she saw herself getting ready to go, or getting ready to lose it, and she said, "Hey, no matter fucking what, I don't want him to go with Nisha's ass." And she said that ain't even in front of fucking, Rena's ass. So I understood that part of the assignment at that point in time. All right. And so we're getting to these caps again, because caps, again, is PAC, C-A-P or P-A-C. That's that whole section of time, And to include Capricorn, okay? It could be Capricorn, Aries, and Pisces. You know what I'm saying? And wow, that's all inside of there. Capricorn, Aries, and Pisces. And Pisces, even I put a video up the other day, Dulo, I believe, like he was saying, that wishy-washy bullshit of Pisces and everything, you know what I'm saying? Because he can he can slide in and out of conversations, or she can slide in and out of conversations and relate to people and everything, and it's up to them to go ahead and say, girl, I know they was full of shit. I knew they was full of shit, but if they don't do that, then they just full of shit their motherfucking self, which would end up being, Eugene uh, Jr., you know what I'm saying? End up being Eugene Jr. But so what I was looking at though is even Capricorn itself. It's during the winter months, okay? Winter months, so it's cold. It's like January, you know what I mean? And January, Janus, okay, or Rio de Janeiro, okay, Janeiro, okay. Uh, all this is during the cold portion of the year, you know. And so Janus is like a double head and everything, Then this is where you get the heavens from. Janus, as far as an Arabia, okay, the Janas and everything. And basically, upon all of these people I'm sitting here talking about, and we sometimes we have a relative, we call them Nana, you know what I'm saying? A Nana, you know what I'm saying? And even again, with the when you flip it, it's like Jana is like Anaj, all right? But when you can also just say, I what they did, they gave me the acronym for because really it was actually when I was living down here in Venice, and I couldn't believe it and everything. It was just before I was young. I wasn't even supposed to be over there by the schoolyard. I went to Westminster Elementary School. Wasn't even supposed to be over there by the schoolyard because it was hot. It was hot, and it was getting ready to have a gang fight and everything, And so I went there a little bit earlier and everything. And so it was like the youngsters, just like I said, we were at school, just coming out of school. So I hopped the fence, went over there, and so they little youngsters and everything was getting at us early and said, "Wait till the night, motherfuckers! Wait till the night." The big homies and shit. And so at that point in time, one of them motherfuckers, he was kind of big too. For me as a youngster, you know what I'm saying? And so, come on, let's get it on right now, man, motherfucker, And we was rolling together, brothers and essays, motherfucker, and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? We was together, and the brother, one, because they said, who you from fucking up, eh? Okay, I got him. And so this one, like I said, he was bigger than me, and he said, I got that jealous, that what do you call it? Nervous ass nigga right there. I want that nervous ass nigga right there. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, so a nigga got, at that time calling myself, I got motherfucking nervous. But then, the nervous turns into like, okay, this shit is not, you take that nerves and you go ahead and it gives you energy, give me energy. Energy and I guess even at that point in time, you calm it, because even when they came in, like I always get my first, I get mine in good, and then don't get me wrong, even he got some good ones in too, but I get mine in, that's for sure. And what happened though, but it was just a point, it's not even the point of who got in or whatever, it was the point of nervous ass niggas and everything, okay? Because like we say, we got Nana, we call people Nana, you know what I'm saying? Jana is even the heavens and all that and everything, right? And then, so with Jana being a double head, it's a double-headed person. It's a double-headed entity. And I'm going to go ahead and rely that to the double-headed snake, because the snake is cold-blooded. It's wintertime. You see what I'm saying? It's wintertime. The snake is motherfucking cold-blooded in the wintertime. And so, along with that Nana, ooh, Nana, ooh, Nana, 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 Nana. You know what I'm saying? Those are the nervous ass niggas. And then Jana is jealous ass niggas and shit. Double-headed snake motherfuckers and cold calculated. You know, so that's the tip right there that I'm saying as far as to be cautious about, because every single of these relationships I just kept on telling you about was both of them nervous ass niggas that did good in the motherfucking damn day. Even if we fight, hey, and I done fought a lot of people. Like I said, some of the people, because they fought so good, we ended up being cool. You know what I'm saying? Like Jason, me and Jason, we shook hands. He on the other motherfucking team, clear. But because it was motherfucker was good, and they said, well, shit, fuck that motherfucker there. He could fucking fight. We roll with him and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or he could think, or she could think. That's the motherfucking team. That motherfucker right there ain't did no damn work. Or that girl ain't did her motherfucking damn work. You know what I'm saying? So you really want to, and in a general sense, and I didn't really think about it until right now, as far as like who you hung out with or what like that, But it's pretty much like the fucking the setup inside of America, in the sense of like every 6 blocks is a fucking neighborhood, right? So you pretty much have 6 homies and shit. You know what I'm saying? Every 36 blocks is a township. Within every fucking 15 blocks or 15 miles, within that is also a police station. And then within every and the post office comes inside of there within all those differences, and also that of the sheriff departments. And all of those things should be looked at. Yeah. So all of those things should be looked at. Thought about, I'm tripping right now. Thought about wherever you're going, and at 6, even when you grab a beer, it's what, a 6-pack. So I'm gonna leave you with that. I'm just gonna leave you with that, because I got to go ahead and cool down a little bit. I'm gonna leave you with that right there, for so you can go ahead and build up on at least, if you're not past your 5 senses yet, you can put that one inside of there to assist your 6th sense anyway. Your 6th sense, all right? And I think even January the 6th is when we had to go back to school, if I can remember right. Anyway, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and let you get out of here, and I'm gonna cool off a little bit. But all I have to say, all of those copycat people, and I just did go ahead to caught Lulu Bean, all right? Lulu Bean on New View Tarot. Okay, I can't think of the one right now that I looked at, but she does have the New View Tarot. And as she was saying, whoever's the copycat, and it's probably many, copycat is having some trouble keeping the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Having some trouble keeping the fuck up because they're not authentic about themselves. So, in that, like I said, stopping there with the 6 right there, because that 6th sense is definitely the 6th sense. You'll be able to see, because you use your 5 senses and you put them all into one right there, and you actually see and hear clear what's fake, and what is authentic. All right, what's fake and what's authentic. And so, you would be able to spot out the nervous ass niggas. And everybody is nigga today, right? No, white nigga, black nigga, everybody. I mean, it's always been that way in the general sense because we don't have to take it as far as nigga in a negative sense because a lot of niggers from Nigeria are fucking smart. Like I said, they're smart. Doesn't necessarily mean wise, but smart. You know? So smart can, take us through some things. But if they're not going to utilize that smart, then what they do become like January. A double-headed, jealous ass niggas. So it is what it is. It is what it is. We just gonna go ahead and keep being fruitful and multiply. And if you keep loving me, I'm gonna keep loving you. I'm gonna keep loving you regardless. My mama left me 2 spoons. I think I told you about the other day where, hey, if it's necessary, or if I want to, because everybody don't, just because you have your utensils, you don't have to fucking feed nobody. You don't have to feed nobody shit. Nothing. But if you want to, I would advise you also to get the 2 long spoons and everything, you know what I'm saying? So where you don't have to get close, you can feed them, and if they want to grab onto it, grab that spoon and say, well, the spoon is magic or something. The spoon might be fucking magic, okay? Hey, let's get the fucking spoon, guy. Then, if you feel that in the air, then that's when you take the one that's twisted, so you can twist that motherfucker out and take your spoons and shit and get the fuck back. Get the fuck on, you know what I'm saying? Because you never know. So it ain't like that spooner stuff. You never know what the fuck people be doing with their shit. Literally. I guess that last one was for the ex-wife, because I guess, hey. She funny. And Tracy hide behind that tree. Damn well, that tree was not gonna motherfucking cover up shit. Anyway, you guys be cool. That's it. Fruitful and multiply and have a good one, and we'll talk to you soon, all right? All right, ciao.